I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it as much as I did Michael, because
we don't even need to start that conversation.
Well, the Killer Mike album.
Yeah.
So, what's good, LATD Nation, man? This your boy Jay. We back in here with another video.
Yes, sir. Finally.
After 2 long weeks.
It's been 2 weeks already?
Already, bro. Yeah. I'm just happy to get back to it, man.
Time fly. Yeah, we had a little bit of delay, We were trying to get in here earlier this week, but you live in South Carolina. You already know that storm, man.
Yes, sir. Like, it was like a tropical storm Debbie here in South Carolina that affected Colleton County very much.
Yes, very much so.
But here in Charleston, we just kind of got the residuals.
We just kind of got a bunch of rain. That's it. And even, where I live, I didn't get much of anything, honestly. I was just, tell you the truth, I was at home 2 days off from work, chilling, playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, same.
That's pretty much it. I had finished it, matter of fact.
Yeah, I had canceled all my gigs, so I was like...
I was just in there chilling, to be honest with you. Watched Demon Slayer, Full Metal.
Yeah, same here with One Piece. I'm almost done with the Wano arc.
There you go.
Oh, you need to get caught up, Jay. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Shoot, this One Piece is long, bro.
In fact, One Piece is... Shoot, because being a One Piece fan, if I hadn't watched it as I was like when I was younger,
right?
Like when I had all that time on my hands, I would have never been able to catch up. It's like over 1,000 episodes now.
Exactly. That's why I skipped over some of Wano. But
I don't blame you.
Like
I skipped over a lot of Wano myself.
Yeah, I started watching the last 30 episodes, man, and I just went on from there.
Yeah, when he's fighting Kaido and everything.
When he's fighting Kaido, yeah, he
long fight.
He had just got Gear 5th gear too.
Yeah, a lot. Like I think there's like three parts to that fight. I think he fights Kaido like 3 times.
Yeah, the guy who was like in the One Piece, the guy who was like in the Whitebeard Pirates, I forgot his name, like Izo or something like that. He gets killed. That's what the part around where I'm at, but the first Gear 5 part fight. But yeah, I mean that's how pretty much all we've been doing.
That was my hurricane, to be honest with you, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Sam. But we back. We got more content for y'all coming up.
Sir. We're back in the studio cooking.
Yes, sir. We here right now. We're grinding. But first of all, bro, I got my boy Rod up in here. Introduce yourself once again, man.
RG from the 843 back, and just ready to go, ready to get back into it. Been too long. We missed doing this, and we here as always, ever so faithfully.
Exactly. What we got planned for today,
man? We have something that I've been personally very excited for. I don't know if my shirt may have given it away to a degree, but today, with I believe the year anniversary of Utopia having just passed on the 26th of last month.
Right.
We thought it made sense to look back on that era, to look back on that album, to look back on what it was, for me personally and for you, by ranking Utopia songs, all 19.
All 19 of them.
All 19 of Utopia by Travis Scott, one of my favorite artists of all time. Got the, the actual shirt, vintage merch.
Yeah.
Bought it when it first came out in 2018.
Yeah, bro. I mean, bet. Because my thing is, Travis Scott has always been one of those artists that I love. I love his sound. I love the feel, like the psychedelicness of it.
Yes.
And it's just like you can just turn your brain off and go to sleep to his music.
Like not in a bad way.
Yeah, but not in a bad way. Yeah.
Not in a Joyner Lucas kind of way.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
This guy is so funny. Yeah. Anyway,
hey, we'll hash that out later.
That's why Kanye insane now. But
anyway. I mean, do I disagree?
No.
But anyway.
But yeah, like Travis Scott has just always been one of those favorite. Like he always has some of my favorite music. Like my favorite album by him is honestly Rodeo.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a lot of people's favorite.
With Antidote 90210. 3500. Pray for Love. What's another one?
Impossible.
Yeah, some of my favorite songs.
I Can Tell.
Yeah, same thing with Birds in the Track, Sing Midnight. A certain feature from a certain favorite, rapper on there. Not me. I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar, but
of course.
But yeah,
for some reason I be forgetting Kendrick is on that album. I don't know why. I think that was back because that was back in the time when Kendrick actually gave features out like that.
Right.
Because now Kendrick, you hard pressed to get a Kendrick feature unless you a rapper dissing Drake.
Exactly.
Then you get feature after feature from Kendrick. You get a whole album's worth of features from Kendrick.
Because the thing is, he even did a surprise feature on Vince Staples' Big Fish Theory.
Yeah, he did. I remember that.
Yeah, right. I'm like, that's one of my. He's one of my favorite rappers of all time too. Vince Staples. Shout out Vince Staples.
Underrated.
Super underrated. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to this ranking real quick because we love Utopia.
Yeah. Of course I'm gonna say my piece. So if you know me, I'm a massive Travis Scott fan. He has been one of my favorite artists for well over half a decade now. I've always been a fan of everything that he does as far as his branding, with his merch, his stage design, his voice, the way he uses auto-tune, just everything, how immersive and atmospheric, how melancholic his music is. I've just always been a big fan of him. For me, Travis has always been the trap equivalent to Kanye, just in the way that, he takes that trap style and that trap sound and he kind of makes it kind of sort of artsy, I guess you could say. Kind of in the spirit of a Yeezus or My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I mean, and it's clear to see that Kanye is a big influence on Travis just because
especially with his album.
Oh, for sure, definitely. But with Kanye obviously being his mentor who, had discovered him along with T.I., Kanye is 100% one of his biggest influences, along with Kid Cudi, who is on this album. I think Cudi's actually on all of his albums except for Rodeo.
Right.
Except for Rodeo. Rodeo's the one that he's not on. But Utopia, a little background on that for me. I waited all 5 years between Astroworld and Utopia. That wait was agonizing as a fan. It was getting to a point to where I was starting to doubt whether the album would ever come out, especially, in 2021 with the Astroworld Fest. But, don't really need to talk about that.
Yeah, let's keep going.
But, so when he finally announced the date and everything for Utopia, that's all I could think about. Because, it's been 5 years since one of my favorite artists had dropped one of my favorite albums of all time.
Right.
Astroworld was such a moment for hip hop and just the world that it just kind of stopped everything. When Astroworld dropped, it's kind of one of them things where it's like, what's that face for?
I was about to say literally, but
I mean, I digress though. When Astroworld came out, I think a lot of people, they remember where they were at, especially our generation.
Right.
They remember where they were at in their lives. They remember that time fondly. And that album was, like I said, really was a cultural moment. Not just in rap, just in the world in general, because not only did it make Trav a superstar, it just kind of was just this, it was like you had to be there.
Right, exactly.
And
I agree.
I was just curious to see, 5 years later, what he would do with Utopia. And I feel like personally, he delivered on the hype. He delivered on the expectation. Because most people really regard Utopia as having lived up to the hype. It was worth the 5-year wait in most people's opinion. And, it just really kind of I feel like not only brought Travis back as far as controversy, but it kind of cemented his legacy as one of the GOATs of his generation in my personal opinion.
I 100% agree. I think Travis Scott personally, especially with this album, he kind of reached the Mount Rushmore of this generation. Because, the four people. It would, for me, it would go Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and then probably Trav.
I agree.
In this generation, that is not overall.
As far as the 2010s decade, yes.
Yeah. Because Travis has definitely been one of those artists for me that just always just planted his foot in this generation musically. There's no other artist that you can really compare to him. As far as
especially that's come out within the last couple of years. As far as being an artist has reached that superstar status, not just in rap, just in music in general. There hasn't really been an artist, and we had this conversation, with the Cardi and the Uzi thing a little bit.
Right.
There hasn't really been an artist that's really become a superstar in this generation that's kind of
consistent.
Yeah, that's kind of gone to that mainstream point. Because after Astroworld, like I said, it was a moment. Everywhere you looked, it was nothing but Trav merchandise. He got his own Fortnite event. He had his own McDonald's meal. Trav just was everywhere. He was even in the PS5 launch trailer. He narrated it.
That's right. And his shoes as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got the shoes actually. Yeah, shoot. I got the what I have? The Cactus Jacks, the 6s.
Okay.
The Gatorade ones. Yeah, them things, they cost some money now. Found them in the mall here. Funny enough. of all places. But yeah, no, so I think we pretty much touched on everything about Travis Scott that, makes him one of the cutting edge artists of our generation, of our time.
Most definitely.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you have the floor, and, you can start with your number 19 pick.
My 19th pick. All right. Honestly, I picked Parasail.
You know what's crazy? Parasail was my 19 too.
You already know. Mainly just because it wasn't bad. It was just kind of boring.
It's more of an interlude than it is a song.
Yeah. It just didn't really grab my attention like that. It was kind of like how Crown was on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
I like Crown, but I mean, I see what you're saying.
It was a song that was like, "You can't please everybody."
That
is
that
Crown? Okay, yeah. I'm about to say yeah. So yeah, that's really not much I can really say on this one. So I'm gonna just move to my number 18 pick.
You got Dave Chappelle. He's doing like this, this dramatic speech and everything. That Fantano actually, funny enough, said that it was deeper. It's not as deep as it thinks it is.
Right, yeah.
You got Young Lean on it, which I mean, a lot of people have been waiting for that collab for years. Young Lean being, I guess you could say, like a SoundCloud / underground legend that kind of came up around the same era that Trav was coming up. So people looked at that and they're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," but he doesn't really do much of anything. Vocals are super drowned out and just. It's not really a song, like I said. It's more of an interlude / monologue, and I never really cared for it. I always listen to Utopia. Like when I listen to it song for song. I never skip anything because with albums that I really love, I always listen to it like every song regardless. But every time it gets to Parasail, this song,
right? It just felt like homework trying to listen to it.
That it always has, and it's kind of grown off me as time has gone on.
Exactly.
But not really much for me to say about it. I mean, I don't really care for it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping.
Overall, it really ain't bad. But if there was a bad song on here, it would be Parasail.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's not even really a song. But I'm gonna keep going with my number 18 pick.
For sure.
And that is honestly God's Country.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I listen to a Travis Scott album, I want to hear the psychedelicness. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear the lyrics. I want to hear the rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't get a lot from that. Like I'm gonna be real. A lot of my bottom 5, I really didn't get from it. Get that vibe from this. But it's just like God's Country to me was just kind of a little bit a more enjoyable version of Parasail for me. Just kind of. It's kind of boring. Just something to bob to do this to. Just kind of bob your head to. It didn't really say anything.
You don't care for that beat?
Nah, not really. Like it was the beat. Actually, no, the beat was okay, but it was tough. But it didn't really wow me like I wanted it to.
It's just kind of chill.
It's kind of chill. Yeah, it's just kind of there. Like keep in mind, none of these songs that I have in my bottom 5 are bad. It's just everything else above it is just so much better. That's why when I get to number 16. I'm gonna get to 17 first. 17, which is till further notice.
Okay, yeah, I got you. I guess we're going like it'll be your 18th and then be my 18th.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your 18?
My 18 is K-pop.
Really? Okay.
So when Utopia was first dropped, for me personally, it was kind of like, obviously the hype was sky high. And this was his first single that he had dropped since 2021, I believe. And at the time, because you got The Weeknd, who him and Trav have collabed with 100 times over at this point. They got 4 or 5 songs together, and they had never missed up until this point. I didn't hate this song too much when it first came out. I remember people being mixed on it. But as time has gone on, especially listening to the album over and over again and kind of seeing its place on the album, the context of it. Because, sometimes a song sounds bad out of context of the album. So when you listen to the whole album and you hear the song, it kind of grows on you. It's yeah, I understand its place. But no, this song didn't do that for me whatsoever. Utopia, as an album, K-pop just doesn't really feel like it fits. Because it just feels... Like he's just going for this random reggaeton sort of because you got Bad Bunny on that song.
Right.
So it just kind of feels like it was a checkbox, kind of let me have this song to kind of appeal to a certain demographic. Yeah. So I can kind of get those numbers internationally. Plus you got Bad Bunny on the song and Bad Bunny's one of the biggest artists. So I think that's where he was kind of going with this. It just, like I said, that song has grown off me so much from when I first heard it to the point to where it's like I said, it's where it's at for a reason. So I don't care for K-pop at all. I really don't like K-pop anymore like that at all.
What's your 17?
I mean, you said Till Further Notice?
Yeah, Till Further Notice is my 17. But
Till Further Notice is mine too.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, it's just a lot of the same thing. Like I said, it's just kind of there. Not really anything that wowed me. Like I said, it's just like I said, it's just kind of like I said, it's just a more enjoyable version of God's Country in Paris. So, like, I didn't really care for it. Like, it was just kind of like how you felt about K-pop. I felt about Till Further Notice.
Yeah, nah. Till Further Notice, to me, that song just has never really done anything for me as an outro or just even as a song in general. It's always been kind of there. Right. It's not a bad song. It reminds me of Rodeo Travis, but it just, like I said, for me, it's just low key kind of boring.
If anything, Telekinesis probably should have been the outro song.
I think that's what I've always. The album was always kind of ended for me with Telekinesis.
Exactly. Because Until Further Notice, like I said, it's just there.
It's kind of like the epilogue that we didn't really need.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. Because it was just like I said, it was just there. It didn't wow anything. It would have ended off well with Telekinesis being the last one because you started off with a high, you end on a high, you know? For sure. But we'll get to that later on in the video.
For sure. So anything else to say on your 17? Nah. My 17? Telekinesis. Oh, well, not Telekinesis. Till Further Notice? Nah. Okay. Okay, you go ahead. Your 16.
Oh, boy. I would get flack from this. Del Resto.
Nah, I'm not really mad at that, to be honest with you.
Like,
matter of fact, Del Resto actually is not too far off from that for me.
Okay, really? Nah, okay, cool. Because I thought I was going to get flack because of the Beyonce feature. Because
it's like a leftover. It's basically like Renaissance era Beyonce with Trav. Yeah. It almost feels more like a Beyonce song. Than it feels like a Travis song.
Right, exactly. You know how when Kingdom of Should Be South 2, Denzel Curry kind of felt like, it kind of felt like the features were more in the forefront than Denzel Curry was. Yeah, that's the same vibe that I got from Del Resto.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
It was the same. It was the same case here because Travis was very reserved because you can clearly tell Beyonce was like the star.
Beyonce was the key piece in that song.
Yeah, this was kind of like not. Now, when I say this, don't get mad at me, but this was kind of like the Lion King 2019 version of song. You know what I'm saying? Just Beyonce being like the icing on the cake to try to draw people in. Yeah, like it wasn't a bad song because I loved the feature on it. It was beautiful to a degree. I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan, so feel like that's a lot coming from me. But it didn't wow. Like I said, like with all these other ones, it didn't wow me. Like it was like I thought it would.
Yeah, and for me also with Del Resto is funny. You know, speaking on your 16. For me, funny enough, like with Del Resto, is just kind of like I remember when we went to see the Trav show.
He didn't play it.
Yeah, no, he played Del Resto.
Oh, he did.
He just kind of used it as sort of an interlude, like when he was off stage and he was like changing, because you know how he kind of came out with the gladiator armor and everything,
and then came back with like a tank top.
Yeah, he had the tank top. Like that was the song that he used. So. He kind of used that sort of as like a placeholder in his own concert, so that kind of tells you what that song was kind of
like an intermission.
That's not really one of them songs that he really is like intent on performing like that, which I mean makes sense, you know. Yeah. But is that all you have to say for your Del Resto?
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
So for me, 16, that'd be Schizo. Schizo is just, I don't know. Schizo, I like the fact that Thug is on it. I like the fact that we got a Thug feature, especially with him being in jail. We don't get those like we used to.
Right.
Schizo is not a bad song, but, you know, I quote it every now and again just because of some lines that there are on it. But Schizo isn't really a standout song for me like that. I love the beat switches, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the beat switches. I love how he switches the flow. But there's not really too much, I mean, other than the production that's really going on with this song. It's a cool, chill little song, but it's not one of the highlights for me. Because Schizo kind of is Schizo kind of is like during a place in the album where it kind of sort of not nosedives, but it takes a slight little like decline for me. Because Schizo is just not really one of them songs that I ever looked at and like, oh, let me listen to that. It's one of them songs that I only ever hear whenever I'm listening to the album.
Right.
So I don't really listen to that song singularly like that. Matter of fact, all of these songs at the bottom are like this.
Same.
I only hear these songs whenever I listen to the album. So Schizo, not a bad song, just not anything that I look at and like, oh man, yeah, no, I need to listen to Schizo today. Like, man, I ain't tripping if I don't hear no Schizo. Like,
right, yeah, nobody really, that's not what I got, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I quote it every now and then. The only line I really remember is like, what did he say on that song? She gonna let me beat that body up like we beefing. That's pretty much the only thing like I really remember from that song like that. And stuck to the code binary like Isaac Knowles. I'm too exposed, something like that.
Yeah.
So Schizo, never cared too much for it like that. Don't hate it, but I don't really love the song.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these songs, it range from like, I don't care for them to I absolutely love them. And you'll know when we start getting to the songs that I really love.
Oh, yeah.
You are.
What? What? Well, I can already guess number one, but let's just keep
I can guess your number one too, but let's just keep going. So 15 for you?
My Eyes. Oh, no, I lied. That's my fault. I read that wrong.
I was about to say.
Number 15 is Modern Jam.
I mean, I could understand that, to be honest. Modern Jam is grown on me over time, but Modern Jam, when we talk about, and not to... I just, my quick little thing with Modern Jam. Modern Jam is one of the songs that when we hear people compare Utopia and Yeezus as far as like Kanye's influence, Modern Jam is one of the first songs that is clear and plain to see that he took a lot of influence from Ye. Because Modern Jam sounds a lot like a demo version of Black Skinhead from way back in the day.
Yeah.
And like as far as like Travis's flow, his cadence, everything on that song sounds very reminiscent of Yeezus era Kanye. Not in a bad way.
Yeah, not in a bad way.
It's just derivative. I agree that it is a derivative of, previous work from, his mentor.
Right. I didn't think it was a bad song, like I said. Modern Jam just, like I said, it was one of the standouts of the bottom five. You know what I'm saying?
This right here, new Modern Jam.
This right here, new Modern Jam. But all the yelling kind of came out of nowhere. That's kind of why it's at this. That's part of the reason. And Tizo Touchdown is a great rapper, but he didn't really add much to this song for me.
I'll say with Tizo, I wasn't really a Tizo fan, but then when we saw him open for Trav on the Utopia tour, I had gained a newfound respect for him. Good showman.
Same.
I mess with Tizo for sure, and he added a lot of life because like when he came back out, when Trav performed Modern Jam, that was a good moment. I enjoyed that. So I was happy for Tizo, if anything, in that moment.
But the thing is, it was more fun seeing it in live and in person this past October than actually just listening to the song,
Yeah, I agree.
Because it was just kind of like I was just kind of like, what is going on? What is this saying? Like this ain't really saying much to me.
What is it? Something like man, what is
when
it?
When you feel it, baby, send a song, baby.
The way I got him levitating, make it hard to breathe. It's like bang, like all that.
Yeah. That just kind of this ain't really going nowhere for me. So I just Modern Jam, number 15.
Okay, not much more to say.
Nah,
I feel you. 15, Del Resto. So not too far from pretty much nothing to say on Del Resto for me, that hasn't already been said.
Right.
Cool little song. Nice little interlude. It's a better interlude than Parasail is for me.
Right, exactly.
It's a much better interlude than Parasail is. So that's all I got to say for my 15.
Yeah, my 14, My Eyes. 10,000 on my feet, 10,000 on my eyes.
Explain.
Like, I love the beginning. The beginning is just
too high pitched for you.
That and a little bit kind of just okay, 10,000 on your feet, 10,000 on your eyes,
roly poly on my wrist,
roly poly on my wrist, this, that, and the third. But then the beat switch is kind of what saved it from being lower.
Look in my eyes, tell me a tale. Do you see a road map in my soul?
Yeah, because that's when I'm like, if this whole song was like the second half of the song, I would have been upper echelon.
Okay.
But for me, just the beginning just kind of just ruined it, man. Like it started. I can understand it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but how you start can really mess up how it finishes. So my eyes for me was just I was disappointed by it at first.
Okay, I got you.
But when it picked up at the end, that's what saved it from being like a modern jam or a do resto for me.
Okay, yeah, I definitely can't agree with that because my eyes is way higher up on my list, but. Hey, everybody has their own opinion, so I mean I can't be mad at it.
Yeah, don't be.
14 Circus Maximus for me. Circus Maximus again. When we talk about that Yeezus era influence on Utopia, hey, I'm gonna explain.
I didn't say anything.
Your face said everything.
I didn't say anything.
But yeah, no, for me, he's like that right there. That song is another example of like black skinhead, like even more so like a black skinhead sort of like variant. Because you know how it's like we've got the multiverse and the MCU variants and everything.
Right. That
song feels like that's an alternate version, like a variant version of black skinhead. From the beats to everything. Yeah. Again, Travis, his vocal delivery is very similar to what it was on Black Skinhead with Ye. We get a decent performance from The Weeknd. Better than
I loved his performance on that one.
A lot better than the one that we got on K-pop. I'll say that.
Yeah. I can agree to that.
Sway Lee was ever reliable because Sway Lee and Trav never miss. All the way back from Rodeo.
What?
Like, even Nightcrawler never missed. R.I.P. Screw, which we're ranking Astroworld songs, of course, as well. But that's another video. Like Sway Lee and Trav, that always mixes. Trav and The Weeknd always mixes. But Circus Maximus, I don't mind it. It's a decent song. It went stupid live, I'm not gonna lie.
Right, that's part of the reason why it's kind of higher up on my list.
Yeah, and it kind of like embodies sort of that grand, epic feeling of what Utopia is supposed to, kind of like showcase. So I'm not mad at Circus Maximus. It's all right.
Yeah, my 13.
Yeah.
Meltdown.
Really?
Yeah.
That's also higher on my list, but go ahead.
Meltdown. I forgot a lot of the song. That's how you kind of know.
For real?
Yeah. But I really did like Travis's verse in it though.
Them boys rolling all brown like they whipping gravy.
Yeah.
Make a circus outside like it's Barnum's Bailey.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly why I loved it so much. His verse and the way it just had a little bit of a bounce to it.
His flow was crazy on that song.
Yeah. That's the main reason why I like it so much. His flow, the bars, the Barnum Bailey line. I'm like, this is fire. Like, let me go ahead and move this. Let me move this down. I didn't love it as much as I love everything above it, but that should. I mean, it's Meltdown.
Yeah. Drake, I love Drake's performance on that.
Yeah, Drake's performance. Thank you. Now I remember Drake's performance really, really saved this for me as well. Yeah. Ironically enough, because I'm a Kendrick fan. But it's like, it really saved this for me. Yeah, it was just a really well written, performed song. Like,
the TIE Fighter samples on that song always been tough to me.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I have it so high. Well, higher. But the thing is,
kind of in the middle,
kind of in the middle. Because it's like it. I loved it, but I didn't love it as much as I love everything else above it. I'm in the air zone now where like every one of my rankings is just very much they're great songs. I think the songs that I think are good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the other ones were just kind of boring and just there. But these are kind of more stand out to me. Yeah. But not as much as the ones in the upper echelon of my list. Okay,
so I got you.
So yeah,
the upper echelon. Hey, I get it. Yes, you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
No.
One of Travis's first big songs was called Upper Echelon.
That's right. Yeah. I meant that's what I meant to say. Yeah. Anyway, that's a lie. But Meltdown. Yeah. That's all I really got to say about it. Like I just enjoyed I just really just enjoyed it just because it was Drake and Travis and them going off and everything. The pure rapping of it was what I love.
Yeah. No, I got you. But that's all you have to say on that one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My 13 is Love. With Kid Cudi. I mean, that song, I really, really like that song, but it's never been in one of the. It's never been in the upper echelon of Utopia songs for me. But I always have a smile on my face when I hear it.
Right.
You know, I love Travis's flow on it. I love the beat. Apparently, that song is like from 2016. Like that song is really, really old.
Okay.
And I like that Trav kind of. You can kind of sort of hear more rodeo-ish era Trav in there. It's a solid Cuddy feature. I definitely enjoy it on the back end of the song, and overall, it's a nice vibe. It always, you know what it reminds me of? You know, like those like tiki like bonfires or whatever, back in the day.
Yep.
Like, you know, when somebody get captured in like a cartoon or something, they're like being roasted over like a fire or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's what the beat always reminds me of. That's what always makes me think of. I don't know why. Like it's always just kind of like a tribal dance or something like that.
Okay.
That's what it's always like made me think of. But maybe I'm just crazy.
When I listen to Love, like, can I go ahead and say what my 12 is or 11? Which number?
This will be 12 is the next one.
Okay, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, 12. So yeah, my 12 is also Love.
Okay,
my 12 is Love. So it's so I'm gonna say I always felt it was more like a chase scene, you know?
Yeah.
In like a movie or something like that, or like a real kind of like you could play this to Captain America: Civil War. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That chase scene whenever running under running on the road with Black Panther trying to chase Bucky. I really just liked it because it was just it had a lot of bounce to it. Like I said about Meltdown. But it's just something to play in the car to and to dance with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like you said. I have a smile on my face every time I hear it too. It's a
vibe. It's a groove. It's a groove.
That's exactly what it is, and that's why like a lot of these in the middle are just more like vibes and grooves to me. Yeah, that's why they're so high up on my list. But love Kid Cudi's performance in it was great as well. I love this song. You know?
Yeah. Funny enough.
Yeah, I just love this song. I just had fun with it. It was. That's why K-pop is higher on my list as well.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, these are just fun. Was just fun for me.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all you got to say for your 12?
Yeah.
You know, and my 13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your 12?
My 12 being Lost Forever with West Side Gun. I really love and see, the thing is, Lost Forever is one of those songs that we expected to be on the album because Lost Forever was one of those songs that was previewed in sort of a leak,
right,
way before Utopia even dropped, and so that's one of like Travis's fan favorite leaks that people have been like begging for years, and we got it, and in my opinion, it lived up to its hype. Great song, great West Side Gun performance. That's where you really see the psychedelia and everything in Travis's music. Like it's very like trippy, it's very eerie, it's very like off kilter. It's a very like not sinister vibe, but it's a very like maybe haunting, I guess is the right way to describe Lost Forever.
Yeah. That's exactly how I describe it.
And it's one of the things I think it probably would be higher if I hadn't heard it so much before. Yeah. You know, and with everything on this album mostly being new material. It was a good song. I love the song, but it was never like high up just because, like I said, I had heard it so much. And I was ready for new material for Utopia. So yeah, that's my 12 right there. Lost Forever.
Yeah. Lost Forever. So my 11, Utopia Twins.
For real?
Yeah.
Love Utopia Twins.
That's why I love Utopia Twins too. But not because it was saying anything, because it's just a vibe. You know,
that song goes stupid in the car.
You need to pour me up a drink while I think. I just like the. I can't say the lyrics.
Can't say none of the lyrics. Can't say the chorus.
But it starts off well, and I especially love the hook. And it's sitting here while the drink while I think. I like that part about
it. Very cinematic sound to it.
Exactly, very cinematic. Very like it feels like I'm on a party with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you watch the video and everything, it kind of like really encapsulates that. You got Rob 49 in there, you got 21 in there.
Exactly.
Fire song.
Yeah, it just feels like I'm like while I'm riding in the car, he's just performing it with some girls in the back seat. He's in the passenger. I'm just letting him drink.
Oh, you're on the jet ski and everything.
Exactly. If I close my eyes while I'm driving and everything, and then I open them because I gotta see. But it's like, but that's how I felt. It feels like I'm on a party. I'm on a boat ride. And I'm just having a good time with everybody on it,
Yeah, that's how Utopia Twins is for me. It's just a vibe. It's just a fun song. It's just a fun song, And the thing is like one thing I've noticed like throughout like our descriptions of these songs, Travis does a really good job of painting like a vibe and a world and an aesthetic, and it's very imaginative. Like you can really put yourself in like, and not necessarily. Every song is like he's painting a specific vibe or specific energy, but it's like everybody takes something different.
Right.
With the cinematography, with the production, the lyrics, everything.
Exactly.
And I think that's the beauty of his music.
That's very much how I would describe his music. Now, sometimes for me, with this album, it just kind of feels like a little unbalanced sometimes. But with the psychedelicness and then the hardcore rap, and then it just kind of feels like out of left field in some cases, and that's where Utopia Twins did fall for me. That's why I have it ranked at my number 11 and not in the top 10, because like I said, it was just kind of out of left field for the album that he's trying to say. Because as much as of course I got my eyes down lower, but it still fit within that realm of he's trying to describe what Utopia is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
So like in the first, like when you got Hyena, then you got My Eyes, and then you got Modern Jam. Like it feels very Utopia like. You know what I'm saying? Like this big lush world of like, what is Utopia? This is
like it's like a paradise.
And then you hear Utopia Twins, which is like I said in my top 11, my lower bottom 11.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun song, but it just feels out of nowhere because now lo and behold, you're on like a boat with a bunch of girls and 21 Savage and everything, and it's like
you gotta watch that video.
When the top 10, my top 10 felt like I was in not heaven, but I was in like paradise where like everybody
this utopian future,
exactly where everybody can run free and this, that, and the
nothing
third.
Like Cyberpunk, not like that.
No, Cyberpunk is dystopia. That's what it is. But yeah, that's my number 11. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. My 11, Sirens. I love Sirens a lot more when I first heard it. The album when it first dropped, I really liked Sirens. But as time has gone on, Sirens has fallen for me. I still love the production. Sirens is probably some of my favorite production on the album. But lyrically, and the thing about Travis, you're not really listening to Travis for the lyrics and everything. You're more for the mood and the aesthetic and the atmosphere. But I don't know, that song has just kind of grown off of me, especially because of like the top 10 songs that I have. I just care for much more. But for it to make it this high up out of like 19 songs, it shows that I still have some love for the song. The song for me has always sounded like Trap Camelot. That's what it's always sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Like when I listen to it, I'm like, it's like King Arthur, but like with a twist, like a ratchet twist or something like that. That's just how I've always like pictured it. How I've always thought of it. But I don't really have much to say about Sirens, obviously. Top 10, that's when you really going to get the word essays and, the dialogues and, my analysis of everything. So, you know what? Yeah. Let's just go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, same thing. That you pretty much covered everything I was going to say about Sirens because that's my number 10.
Yeah, okay.
It was just another cool Camelot song. Like I said, it surprisingly it cracked the top 10. But this next song, which is in my 9, you probably gonna look at me like what, like you have been this whole video.
Not necessarily, but
but yeah, that's my number 10. You pretty much covered everything from for Sirens for me. Like I enjoyed it as much as you did, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
But your number 10, go ahead.
My number 10. Okay, here we go. Top 10. Modern Jam.
Okay.
This right here, new Modern Jam.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Now, for real, I think what really made me like Modern Jam more, because I always like Modern Jam, but I think what made me appreciate it more was ironically seeing it live. Because, just seeing Travis with the fire shooting out and everything, like he's on top of like Utopia Mountain or whatever, and you hear like the beat and everything, and you just like the screams and everything.
Right.
Like, seeing it visually kind of helped me appreciate the song more than I initially had.
Right.
Tizo's performance I really like on that song. I think Tizo gives a really good performance. He gives a very energetic, over the top sort of performance, and really, really fun stuff. It's a fun song. It's not one of these songs that's really supposed to be like ultra serious or melancholic or anything. It's a fun, jammy, groovy song.
Right.
A lot of quotables in there. I'm on fire like I'm Burning Man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm outside like I'm on parole or I'm on patrol. It has a lot.
I mean, you can be outside while on parole too. I mean, you're free.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying about Modern Jam. Like, I wanted it to be higher. I wanted to love it more. But it's like I said, it's kind of like how you felt about it, seeing it live in reverse for me. Like I said, just I liked it better live than I did like just driving and hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, that's pretty much my ranking of Modern Jam. Top 10.
Yeah.
At number 10. Now you go ahead and 9.
At number 9. K-pop.
Really?
Everything you didn't like about it, I liked about it.
Really?
I like the reggaeton. Like I said, it's still kind of in that area of like songs that I thought were bumping in that I vibe with.
Mm-hmm.
But I did enjoy it because it was kind of like how much I loved Love. Yeah. It's the Bad Bunny killed it in this song for me.
I don't even know what he's saying.
I'm saying, but yeah,
I have a single idea what Bad Bunny even says.
But still, he still killed it in this song. Travis killed it in this song. It was just fun. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's a groove. It's a groove. It's a tropical sort of like groove,
right? And and that's what I got from that's what I got the tropical groove from Utopia and everything like that. But I still enjoyed it. It was just like I said. It's how I love. It's just still in the area of how much I love these other ones, like the middle type area for me. Mm-hmm. But other than that, that's all I got on it, man.
Okay, I got you. That was number 9, correct?
That was number 9, yeah.
All right, number 9 for me is Utopia Twins. Hopping off a jet ski. Utopia Twins. Pretty much is number 9 for everything that we had discussed with your ranking of it. Love that song. I've loved it more and more as time has passed. The video made me love it more. Seeing it live made me love it more. I love 21's performance on it. I think he might be the stand. It's between him and... I can't even say that. Everybody gives a really, really good performance on that song.
Right.
Everybody strolls out. Rob 49's intro verse is tough. He goes stupid on that. He gives off, very impassioned, very enthused performance. Doesn't overstay his welcome. Right. And then after that, Trav, he comes in, very slick, kind of playing a little bit off of how Rob 49 ends his verse. Right. And, they kind of have that chemistry. I would like to see maybe more of them in the future together. Right. Because they definitely work well together. For sure. Yeah, the production is like, very like, you can say it's upbeat-ish. Like it has a very like utopian sort of like vibe to it, very like upbeat sort of like, just fun sort of like groovy sort of vibe. Like I said, 21, he comes in, he kills it. Like, because when I first listened to the album, because mind you, when the album first came out, the features were hidden, so you didn't know who was going to be on the album, which was one of the most fun aspects of this album. With that being said, the features are really, really good in this album. Oh yeah, the features are amazing. We haven't talked about that enough. I feel like the features kind of carried this album, to be honest. In the latter half, for sure, there's a lot more features in the latter half because the first half is mostly just Travis. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, 21 comes in. He delivers his best verse on the album because he's on the album twice. He was on Until Further Notice, but that performance isn't nowhere near as good as the one that he gives on Utopia Twins. Very like slick, and it's just a perfect beat for 21. Right. Like he does his thing. He doesn't say anything overly lyrical or anything like that. He kind of plays out the twin, whatever kind of aesthetic vibe. So overall fun song. I've had nothing but fun listening to it. It never has gotten old to me. I don't think it's going to get old to me.
Same.
It's cracked my most listened to songs of the year ever since last year, and it's in there now in the top 100. So I don't think that's been the change. So
I can't wait till we get to number 1, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. Utopia Twins.
Oh, my bad.
All good. But yeah, no, Utopia Twins is my number 9 selection. All right, you go ahead. Number 8.
Now, number 8. And that's why I had to scoot over closer to the table because, my number 8 is Schizo.
Really?
Schizo is everything I loved about Meltdown cranked up to 11.
Okay.
I forgot who's the feature in it again?
On Schizo?
Yeah, on Schizo. Okay, Young Thug. Yeah, that's right. It was just really, really solid to me, man. Young Thug's performance, from jail. And he's delivering like that.
I don't know. Maybe it's a verse that he had recorded previously at some point, and then that's what they had went with. Maybe it was from him being in jail. Who knows though? Yeah,
it's just like I said, it was Meltdown cranked up to 11 for me. It really showed that Young Thug isn't just a singer in lifestyle, but he's also a spitter as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Same thing with Travis. It's like a lot of people give Travis a lot of flack. Now, this to me on this album, this isn't his best example of him being a good rapper and a spitter and just a MC. But this is definitely a good showing from him.
Yeah.
In this one, that's like I said, same thing with Meltdown. That's why I compare so much to Meltdown. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it, bro. Like,
okay, yeah.
Pure fun, pure enjoyment, just kind of like that.
Beat switches are tough for sure.
The beat switches just pure grimy, down to earth. I just like
for sure.
That's how I be in the car. While I'm driving.
If some of these songs are Utopia, this song is dystopia. You ask me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Really? Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. But go ahead.
All right. So number 8 for me, God's Country. You in God's Country, not Montgomery. Go Ted Bundy, then go home and play Al Bundy. He slides on that beat.
Okay, that was tough.
He slides on that beat. That's the main thing I really like about God's Country. It's short and it's kind of interlude-ish, but it's like the beat is one of my favorites that I probably ever heard Travis on.
Yeah.
Like as I just said, the flow and just the way he slides and he glides over that beat is just fire. Like it's perfect for him. It was originally supposed to be a Kanye song that originally was supposed to be the title track for his album God's Country, which Kanye, he don't never release nothing like he say he's going to.
Right.
I'm still waiting on TurboGrafx 16, almost a decade later, the album where he said that he was gonna work all the production around like old like games.
Right. Huh?
That would have been tough.
That would have been tough.
But you know how Kanye goes, so we're not getting that.
Yeah, but it's
the album we just got from him.
Yeah, we got Vultures too.
Review on the way for sure.
That could be stuck in the desert with vultures circling around it.
No, for real. But God's Country, always loved it. Always been one of my favorite songs on the album. For me, it's just tough. It's just a tough song.
I understand.
I love the production and the sample, the la 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 la, like in the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
Waking up, I see the lights, like that psychedelic sort of like spin on it and everything. Yeah. I've been drunk and it's all right.
Yeah,
I took the drive to clear my mental.
I agree. It was just so low for me, just because it just felt like an interlude.
That's
the only reason why it was just so low.
I kind of wish that there was more to that song, but what we do get is pretty much good enough for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but Circuit or no,
that's all I got to say about my number. What was that? That was my number 8.
I know your number 8. Yeah, my number 7. I said my number 8 was Schizo. So my number 7 is Thank God.
Really? Okay.
Like I think it's just a religious imagery that he has in it, because I'm a big Christian. You know what I'm saying? Love the Lord.
Yes, sir.
And I like how he kind of flips it on his head here.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm free. For the devil I'm fine.
Yeah, Casey's like his little hook on it, fire.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Like that's why I hold it in such a high regard. The hook, like I said, it just makes you think a little bit more about like, what do you thank God for?
Yeah, that's what I've always loved about that song too.
Yeah, it makes you think. Now I'm in the territory where these are the songs I love because they make you think. It is what I describe as Utopia. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
As like a concept, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I love this so much. And same thing with my next ranking, but I'll let you go ahead and give it on with your number 7.
All right, so that's all you have to say about Thank God.
Yeah, Thank God is here. You know?
As you can tell, Thank God is higher for me, of course. My number is, what was it, 7? 7, yeah.
7, yeah.
Meltdown. Meltdown is high up there. Meltdown was I think Meltdown was like in my top 10 most listened to songs last year. Yeah. Love Meltdown.
Yeah.
It's basically supposed to be like a sequel to Sicko Mode.
In a sense, I can see that.
Because it's like 3 beat switches and Drake is on it as a surprise. Drake comes in first before Travis.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he starts the song off, tensions are definitely rising. Just like kind of how in Sicko Mode, Astro, so he kind of starts off a similar way.
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
Meltdown, for me personally, obviously didn't reach the heights of the now legendary Sicko Mode. That's, by the way, he's Diamond, which one of very few rap songs in the history of the world to ever do that. So Travis,
Astro World should have won 2019.
But that's a whole different conversation that we probably will go further into on our Astro World song rankings.
Saying we should probably have this conversation here with because Utopia lost to Killer Mike.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely. But Meltdown. I love the production, all the beat switch, every single beat that he has on it, tough. Drake starts off, killer flow. Probably one of my favorite flows that I've heard from Drake in a minute. Don't come to the boy about repairing nothing or whatever, what he said. I can't say the actual thing that he says because, I know the song word for word. But,
right.
The TIE Fighters, the way that comes in, like the sample that I mentioned before is fire. Just the beginning of the segment, the doom, doom, doom. Yeah, that it just is so ominous, but it's just hype. It gets you work. It's like a perfect workout song, you ask me.
Yep.
It really gets you a hype in the gym. It really, gets you teed up and everything, as Trav would say. And it's just Drake delivers a great performance. Maybe not necessarily as good as Sicko Mode, but it's definitely up there for me as far as Drake's recent features, because he's been kind of shaky, for a while now. But he does what he needs to do. This might be one of Travis's better rapping performances on the album. And seeing it live didn't hurt either. It was just a spectacle to hear that song live. That was one of the songs I was most, not to cut you off.
No. You good.
That's one of the songs I was most looking forward to hearing that night when we saw him in concert was Meltdown for sure. Just like I said, hearing the TIE Fighters and everything live, it just sounds very grand. It's very epic.
Yeah. That's why I had it rank where I did. But like I said, I just love Schizo more. Yeah, that's why. But yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. The TIE Fighters and everything, bro.
Just like the Star Wars fan in me was like, okay, and he cooking with this one.
But number 6 for me, Lost Forever.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
I forgot why it was up. I haven't listened to. I've been trying to listen to. I was trying to get ready for the Actual World one too, so I was just kind of busy all day.
I feel you.
But how does that song Lost Forever go again?
Have you ever been lost forever? Yeah, my singing, if you want to call it that singing.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, it's okay. I remember now. Yeah, because Lost Forever is a lot of
about to go up a level of disrespect from just one chain away from going heavy metal, just one angel away from blocking out the devil.
That's the same reason why I love Thank God. It was just another Thank God cranked up to 10.
So much power, too many hours. Ashley, is she ha ha ha?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Because it's everything that I love about Thank God. But like I said, cranked up to 12.
Yes.
I just said 10, but no.
Whatever the case may be.
But it's
breaking the ranking scale. That's what it's
breaking it, exactly. It's just another version, a better version of Thank God for me.
Okay.
A better, faster, more lyrical version of Thank God.
Yeah.
It attacks the same concepts, but it still stays true and individualizes itself as just another staple on this song. So
okay,
or album. But that's all I got.
Okay. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting to the upper echelon, the upper echelon. For me, 6, Hyena.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And Hyena has always been one of my favorites, but again, going back to that concert that night, because, context, we had waited an hour and a half, I believe, after Tizo's touchdown performance where he opened, and we were just starting to sit around man, where Trav at? Is he even in the city? Now, when the light came on in the stadium and he came up on the projector,
right?
When Trav, we see him walking towards the stage and everything, got the do-rag and got the shoulder place and everything. We was oh yeah, no, this is about to get real for real. Right. And then when you hear, because this is the intro of the tour, you hear the situation we are in. Man, well, I tell you, that's one of the top 5 experiences that I've ever had as a music fan. Is because I had been wanting to see Travis. Travis is the artist I had been wanting to see live more than anybody for years at this point. Right. I had watched so many of his performances on YouTube over the years, not just the Astro World era, but after that. And, it was just when I heard the intro vocals for Hyena live, it was just a special moment for me because it was oh yeah, I'm really about to one of my dreams is about to come true. I'm really about to see one of my favorite artists. And this was my first concert that I had ever been to. So it's for it to be the artist that I've wanted to see most for the longest, and I finally got to see him live, and him opening with this song was fire because he shot up out of that trap door and everything, and the fire and everything.
Yep.
And just seeing him hop around that stage and everything, and with his energy, and him just saying Charlotte, just yelling out Charlotte, and it's just that was a special moment. But take away from that, you also see, in my opinion, one of his best rapping performances ever. He really a lot of clever wordplay,
driving through hell and out of bright snow.
Yeah. What did he say? He said, write a show about myself like I'm Chelsea Handler. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We named the Jet Jayhawk because it was out of Kansas. Yeah, no, just stuff like that. He brings a lot of clever, punchy, witty wordplay. Yeah. The beat is tough. That beat, I'd say that beat knocks. That beat right there.
That was definitely a great way to start that. Sorry to cut you off, but that's a great starter to the album.
Yeah. It's the best way he could have started the album. Oh, yeah. Best way. I don't think that song would have worked as well as it did if it was placed anywhere else on the album.
Exactly.
I think it's perfect. Agree. It's perfect at the start.
I 100% agree. It sets the tone. I'll get into when I talk about it, but I'll tell you more later. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, no, so great way to start the album off, high energy, as we would expect from Travis. Just great lyrical performances, one of the best rapping performances I've ever heard from him, like I said, and just overall really, like you said, sets the tone for the journey that we are about to take into Utopia. It's really the intro to Utopia. Exactly. It's us stepping into Travis's world, Travis's sort of world that he's been creating for 5 years, this super secretive world that only a few people have known about. He's finally unleashing it to the public, and it was just a great moment to experience that, especially since that was the first concert date of the entire tour. Right. It was just it's like we were ushered into the Utopia era with that song. Oh yeah, with that concert, with that performance. So that's why for sure it's up there for me. And now we get into whatever that was. We get into the top 5. Go ahead.
My number 5, Circus Maximus.
Really? Okay.
Same thing that you said about it when you talked about it. I love Sway Lee, how he begins it. What is this? Yeah, and then it's just it just ushers you in to what I think Utopia is Yeah, like the crowd yelling when the weekend comes up. You know what I'm saying? It seems like a loud crowd cheering in it. Yeah, it just made me feel like I was in a like I was like a gladiator, or
yeah,
like
exactly. That's what I always think of it too, like a gladiator in the Coliseum.
Exactly, and then everybody cheering for me while the Weeknd is just singing my intro music and everything.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to describe it too.
That's exactly how I felt listening to it. That's why I love it so much. That's why a lot of my top five rankings are really based on like how I felt about the music and how I felt about like how I was feeling in the moment. Like what it like it's like when you said
what it made you feel,
right? Like how I envisioned myself, like walking through it, like it was taking me on a journey,
putting you in that world, in this that utopian world,
like you said,
yeah,
exactly like you said. Bro.
I would absolutely. You know what's funny? You saying that it puts you in the headspace of being like a gladiator, like in the Roman Coliseum and everything. That's exactly what I was thinking, but I didn't know how to put in the words. So you pretty much like put my thoughts in the words on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the beat starts off, and then it's like me and my opponent are running towards each other and like about to do a climatic clap.
Yeah. A walking attraction, a walking distraction.
Exactly. Like it's just a beautiful song for me. I loved it, regardless of the Kanye influence of it. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It was just a great song to me. That's my number 5, man.
Yeah. And to add to your point, for me, when I think of it like being a gladiator in a Roman Coliseum and like I'm on the chariot and everything and like we're like sword fighting and everything. That's what I think of. Like with Caesar and everything watching. Mm-hmm. That's what I think of. So exactly. Just to add to that point, but my 5th favorite song on Utopia, like I said, getting into that upper echelon, that high Travis Scott quality. I know.
I knew it.
You knew I knew. I know it's really 5th.
Yeah, pun intended.
Yeah, I had a feeling, but yeah.
No, it really wasn't intended. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. I know. What can I say about that song?
Yeah,
that song, and a funny story about I know, because when I had got which tattoo was it? It was when I got my Goku tattoo. I was over at Von's shop. Shout out Von Inks, of course. Greatest tattoo artist in Charleston. Y'all should check him out. You probably already know who he is if you know anything about tattoos around this area. Right. It's like he's a legend at this point. But when I had went to get my Goku tattoo, like my colored Goku tattoo, when we was in the studio, he must have played I Know about like a billion times. Like he just had it on repeat over and over and over again. And I never got bored of listening to it. Never got tired of it. Matter of fact, it's in the Insta post that he did for it on his page. I'll find it for you later. But I know. And not even just that, not even for that moment, but also the first time I heard it, like downtown, just the eeriness of it, the atmosphere. For me, that song is like rodeo era Trav evolved. It has all that eerie late night sort of like chilling, haunting vibe. The video made it better for me. Just the I know. Just his hook, his performance on it. Yeah, silky smooth on that song as far as his flow. Like he was in his element when he recorded that. Like you could tell, like he was locked in. Just the way like his flow changes and switches. The lyrics. Not necessarily anything groundbreaking, but put you in the right vibe, put you in the right headspace. It's 5 a.m. and I'm drunk right now. It's just that late night sort of creepy, eerie, haunting vibe. Almost like that late night after, you've been out, with a club or, wherever you go, when you late at night, it kind of has that after effect, like that sort of like chilling with the people that you was with, like say like you go back to the house and you just kicking, you just chilling, just sort of that late night sort of eerie sort of vibe, like that calm down sort of effect.
Exactly. It's kind of funny that you say that because my number 4 is I Know.
Oh, for real?
And kind of adding on to that, like it definitely does that haunting. It does have that haunting feeling to it. It has that haunting feeling like Antidote had on Rodeo.
Yeah.
Like Rodeo honestly being like probably or Antidote honestly being like a tad bit more scarier.
Yeah.
But this one definitely like it. The reason why I have it so high because it's not necessarily that it brings me to that Utopia feeling, but because it was like everything I loved about Meltdown and Schizo cranked up to 32.
Okay.
So it's just pure enjoyment, and it kind of says a lot because I have other songs. That fit the criteria that I want from this album lower on here. So that's how you know I know feels like it. Like that's how you know I know is like a big, real, just up there for me, bro. Cause that's how you know how good of the song it is. Cause
great song.
It's a great song. The production is great. Yeah. Like you said, Silky Smooth. I know.
I like to.
Yeah, you just ruined it. But nah, it's just like I just enjoy it. It's just pure enjoyment to the full. It's like the id, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in psychology and whatever. It's like pure enjoyment. I want this. I like this. I love this song. It's great. This is great. It's not, like you said, it's not necessarily groundbreaking with its lyrics, but it's just something that it just has that feeling. And especially when we were at the concert.
Yeah.
When he played the song, everybody was just singing word for word.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Like that was so like it was like chilling. Like being in that crowd in that stadium with all them people. Like he would stop. Like Chase B would cut the beat and Trav would just like have his mic up and the whole crowd. All you hear is I know. You just hear the hook and everything. Exactly. It was just such a surreal thing to experience. Like from the left to the right side. I have a video of it. Okay, like he points the mic from the left to the right side. You just hear I know. Just everybody just at the top of their lungs.
Just seeing everybody in the Raptors when the song starts, tell me is you still love, and then everybody just jumping up and down. I'm like, this is dope. Like this. One thing I'll say about Travis Scott, he knows how to work a crowd. Like it's just
he's probably the best in modern hip hop at that.
Exactly. I just enjoyed it. Pure enjoyment. I loved it. Onward to your number 4, bro.
My number 4. Thank God.
Okay.
Thank God from the beginning that doom.
Yeah.
I won't doubt it. He won't mislead all his followers, praying on the process, mind and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything that you loved about Thank God, it's the same for me. Like him thanking God and him appreciating like what he has in his life and how he's trying to, refrain from the devil.
Right.
Got God online, tell the devil I'm fine.
Yep.
He always trying his best. Just everything about it. It's not eerie. I feel like it's a hopeful song.
It's a hopeful song with an eerie tone to it.
Yeah. It's a hopeful song, but it has that eeriness to it, which is, trademark trap. And the hook is one of my favorites on the entire album. Thank God I'm free tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like how he switches it. He goes free in the first version of the hook. Thank God I breathe tonight. Okay. He's goodbyes, that's life. Fun times for life. Man, however it goes, man.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I can't think of it now, but you get what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, it just is so. It's a great way to like continue the momentum that Hyena starts the album with, just on a more chilled out sort of like it's building to something. Exactly. Especially the second half of the song. Last Tape was filled up with slaps, and just that verse that he gives, like that rapping performance, where he speaks on him losing the Grammy, and how this right here keep me going after I pop me a piece. The way that we killing the critics and killing the hey, I might gotta talk to a priest.
Right.
Just him boasting about thanking God for his accomplishments, thanking God for his career, thanking God for what he has achieved in his life.
Right.
Storm's a minor, but she living major, and then you hear Stormy, actually on the song. When you flying up this high, it ain't no cables.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that song has always, put a smile on my face. It's like I said, that verse, love it, always have. I think it's one of the best examples of him rapping on the album, even though it's very short. It's a very like focused verse and delivered very passionately. Like you can tell he's very focused.
Right.
He said that thing right here that keep me going. Like you can tell he's very focused. Like he's back on his grind with this album. Like he's not playing around.
Exactly. And that's what the first couple of songs gave me.
Yeah.
But my number 3.
Okay.
My number 3. Now, my top 3 is just everything I love. It's just I love these songs. It encapsulated everything I talked about this whole video.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time, man. My number 3 is Feed.
Feed. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you say what you need to say about Fiend. You say what you need to say.
Because I never thought that I would like Playboi Carti. Yeah. I never thought I would like his verse in this song.
It grows on you, though.
It grew on me like a mug, bro. It's in a good way. I love this song so much. I'm missing put the F twice on. It's just because the thing is, this is the perfect song if you want to like celebrate something, or you about to or like how we do it now. We getting back to the grind. I pull up, I just blast Fiend so loud.
Yes, sir.
So loud in the car. I'm just like, man, like it's just pure fun.
Don't get me started on
everything.
that song.
Everything I loved about I Know, but cranked up to 1,000,000.
Yeah,
like it's just to come outside
for the night. Just the beginning, just the beat and everything.
Like it gives you that
kind of an electric sort of like
exactly. It gives you like that anticipation when Travis how he starts out looking out outside.
For the night, take your time, get your light, Johnny Dang.
Yeah.
You go ahead. You say what you need to say about Fiend.
I'm just like
say what you need to say about that.
It's nothing but pure freedom.
Yeah.
Listening to this song.
For sure.
It's just it's loud.
Yeah.
It's exuberant.
Yes.
It's exuberant. It's everything you want from a Travis Scott song.
Literally.
And I never thought I would say this in my life, but I loved Playboi Carti's verse in it. I never thought I would say that.
Yeah, like I said,
Playboi Carti at first, I'm like, oh, this is fire. I like,
the way he comes in on that song.
And then in the concert when it starts, he plays it the first time we saw it in Charlotte.
He
plays it the first.
Shout out Charlotte.
He played the beginning. And then stopped it. Everybody's like, "Whoa, chill out, bro. Come on, man, what you doing?
Sure.
What you doing?" Then he plays it. Then the fire goes up. Fiend. I'm like, it just makes you want to yell.
That's one of them songs that you wish that you be on the floor, like in the pit for.
Exactly, it's pure fun.
Because the collective energy that song brought in that moment, that night. Insane, but it's only something that you can experience. You can't describe it.
It's chaos in a good way. I don't know if y'all know Slam by Onyx. It's that same feeling.
Yeah.
Slam, the little boys be boys. You know what I'm saying? It's just pure fun. I love it.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily rap about anything bad.
Oh no, not at all.
Rap about anything, but everything you love from Travis that
is embodied in that song.
Exactly. It's like the chaotic half of the album.
Yes.
It's the chaotic version of Utopia. But anyway, bro.
Okay.
Your number 3.
My number 3, My Eyes.
Okay.
1,000 on my feet, 10,000 on my 1,000 on my feet, stack spread on my seat, 10,000 on my eyes. Roly poly on my wrist. Now, for me, My Eyes was never one of the songs that I had to like grow to love. I loved it from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like just the way it opens, like his vocals on it, the beat is almost kind of like a tropical sort of like island getaway sort of sound.
Yeah.
With a twist, with that Travis sort of dark twist. And you got Bon Iver in the vocals. When I stare in your eyes, you'll be there forever. And then just, 1,000 on my feet, stack spread on my seat, 10,000 on my eyes. It just like, Travis is almost like in a meditative sort of like getaway, sort of like away from it, like disconnected from everything sort of state at the beginning of My Eyes. It's like he's not disengaged, but he's relaxed. Exactly. He's kind of like sort of just melancholy. Yeah.
Just chill.
But the real magic, like the beginning of the song, the first half, fire. Love it. It's a great build up to that second half because the second half starts with Sampha, who's briefly on it. Very, very briefly.
That's right, yep.
Mad how it gets so deep. Mad how it gets so hot. Mad how you get me by. And then you hear the beat switch and everything. And you hear the echoes and everything. And then you get what now I consider to be one of, if not Travis's absolute best rapping performance ever on the song. Because that verse that he gives, everything from the flow, the passion, the delivery. Like, this is Travis Scott all the way engaged. Travis has never been known to be the greatest lyricist, but he gives it everything that he has on this verse. Everything. Just the way that he gives his perspective on everything that happened in 2021 with the festival.
Right.
I replayed them nights and right by my side. All I see is a sea of people that ride with me if they just knew what Scotty would do to jump off the stage and save him a child. Okay. Like, just everything in him, you can hear, like, just what he's gone through and just the guilt and everything that he feels for what happened that night and how he wishes that he could have changed it. You know, I replayed them nights.
Right.
It's just...
Because as much as people like to make fun of him for his apology, I'm like, he seemed genuine.
Yeah, exactly.
And not a controversial opinion. I don't think it's his fault as much as a lot of people like to make it out to be.
I agree.
Not because it's so much that he can control from on stage.
Yeah,
but I get people's outrage. Though.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's tough seeing stuff like that, but knowing that he's trying to fix it and trying to be
for sure,
trying to be better, and he owns up to it, you know, and apologizes and takes accountability. I appreciate him all the more for that.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, and bouncing off of that point, for me, this song has always felt like this is his redemption song. This has always felt like this is his comeback. Like, no, I'm here. Because he says on the song, instead, what did he say? He said, I stand on the stage, I give him the rage, no turning it down. Basically saying that, you know, I'm still here, I'm here to stay, and I'm just going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do.
I might need to listen to this album again.
Oh, you need to.
Because I feel like a lot of my rankings are like kind of out of place now.
Yeah, no, but... Yeah, I mean, it's what you was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just, like I said, this song for me, because the beginning, Hyena, amazing. Thank God, amazing. Modern Jam after this, once he gets to My Eyes for the fourth song, that for me was the signal that, oh yeah, no, Travis is locked in for this album. Like, he's not playing around. Right. Like, when I heard that, I replayed the nights and right by my side, I'll see, you know, that right there is when I knew he wasn't playing. He's not playing around with this album. He's not playing around with his artistry. He's gonna, you know, this is basically his My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy moment. You know, all the scrutiny, all of the dirt that's been thrown on his name. This is him coming back and saying, no, y'all ain't gonna push me out of what I've earned, and I'm here to stay. And that's why My Eyes has always been a song that resonated so much with me. It's like the idea of him moving on from his mistakes and moving on from his past and just staying focused. I gotta find balance and keep me inspired. Yeah, it speaks to me a lot. Like, My Eyes is a very personal song for me too. So, you know, that's what I got to say about My Eyes.
All right.
Your second.
My number 2 is the very first song on this album, Hyena.
Yes, sir.
The reason why I love this song so much, is because it's everything you said about it. It's a great introduction into into Travis's world. Like, when it hits the situation we are in at this time, we can't. Then skip a little bit. He says, hey, and then the beat drops, and I'm like, okay. It's just like Travis telling us, like, hey, yo, come on this journey with me.
It's almost like a roller coaster. You know what that's what it's like. It's like, you know how you're going up on a roller coaster, and you kind of hear like the, you know, kind of everything sort of like the train tracks sort of like moving and everything, and then it's like that anticipation when you get to the top, and then that help, and then that's like going down on the roller coaster.
It's exactly. It's just a great intro to this album after you know, the tragedy with Astro World. It's just a great way of saying, hey, yo, I'm back and I'm better than ever, and y'all ain't gonna stop me. Come along with this journey that I got for y'all to Utopia. It's like
all aboard the train to Utopia, basically.
Exactly. If Fiend is like the dungeon, Hyena is like not like a dungeon, but, you know, like a fun dungeon. You know, If Fiend is like the
not that dungeon like Huey was in that.
Right. Lord. We got that up on the channel too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like, I'll put it like this: if Fiend is like the city and everything, the fun parts of the city, the nightlife.
Yeah.
This is the entrance. This is the gate opening.
Yeah, I can see that.
To like in Circus Maximus being like the stadium and being like an arena and this, that, and the third.
Because you know like how in a movie, and not to cut you off, you know how like in a movie when like they kind of do that montage of somebody like enjoying the nightlife and somebody going out and, you know, maybe gambling and throwing their money away, this, that, and the third. Maybe that's what Hyena is kind of like.
That's exactly how it is. It's just a big tone setter, like I said, tone setter for what's to come.
Yeah.
It's just like you said just now. It's just the big montage at the beginning of the movie. And then you just see the main character like going on that adventure. You know, it's kind of like that old show Chaotic that came on Disney XD and
way back in the day,
and on Cartoon Network afterwards. Great show. It's just it was just a beautiful, great like an energetic way of saying, "Come with me.
Yeah,
let me show you this.
For sure,
you won't be disappointed. You know, and that's all I got to say, bro.
Okay. And my number 2. Getting close to the end. You pretty much know what my number 2 is because you know what my number 1 is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
Telekinesis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the telekinesis for me, when it comes to this album, it's like that's the true moment where it feels like you're really ascending into Utopia. It feels like, you know, it just, I always imagine like you're just like floating on clouds, like ascending to like this heaven, like sort of like, I guess this dream world where, you know, it's a paradise, you know, it's just this very lush, very sort of like vibrant sort of world. And it just, to me, it's just always been the proper end to the album. And till further notice, it's kind of felt like that interlude, or not even the interlude, that outro / I guess you could say epilogue that we didn't really need, in my opinion. That's why that song has never really worked for me. Because it just kind of feels like it just comes off the back of a song that was really, really strong and could have easily served as a closer.
Right.
So, Telekinesis, you know, that's a song that I've played endlessly over and over and over again. Never once gotten tired of it. I was playing it on the way to work, matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's just, everything about it works for me. That chorus has been stuck in my head for over a year. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I've never been the biggest Future fan, but Future killed it on that. And SZA at the very end, amazing. And then the thing is like we said before, the features were hidden when the album first dropped. So when SZA came in at the end, that was just a whole different thing. I remember when we were at the concert and SZA's vocals came and just everybody in the crowd just started yelling. She wasn't even there.
Right.
I was low-key hoping SZA would be there.
Yeah, same.
But, you know, Telekinesis is one of the songs that I have the most memories of this album with. And, you know, with it being a year since Utopia came out, I can say that this, in my opinion, is one of Travis's best songs. Just from an arrangement standpoint, just from a curation standpoint, I just think that it was perfect. It started off as a Kanye song, but it was eventually reworked into this song. And I'm glad for it because I really think that Travis did this song and this concept justice. You know, this idea of ascending to Utopia. It really feels very well realized. And so, you know, Utopia, one of my favorite Trav songs of all time, and just a song that I don't think is ever going to lose any replay value for me. Right.
And I appreciate you saying that was your number 2, because my number 1 is actually
Telekinesis.
Yes, sir. Everything you said and more, in my opinion, because I'll tell you a story now. So when the album first dropped, I was on the way back from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And I was just walking through the airport. I listened to the whole album on the way to the airport.
Of course.
So I feel like God put it right in the perfect moment for me to hear Telekinesis. Because as I'm walking through the airport, there's no planes out. It's in the middle of the day. The sky is blue. It's beautiful outside. And I just hear that song, and then I hear the chorus. I can see the future is looking. I'm just looking outside. I'm like, man, this song is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful moment.
It's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful day. I'm just looking at the sky. I'm like, man, is that me flying?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're like ascending.
Yeah, I'm just like just smiling at everything. Like I'm just like I'm not even walking through the airport. I'm just Jesus take the wheel, and I'm just walking through the airport, just looking at the sky the whole time. I don't care what's in front of me, man. Like, it was just such a beautiful song. It is, like I said, everything about this song encapsulates everything that I wanted this album to be.
Yeah,
and it's just lush. It's lively. Well, lively. Yeah,
it's lush. It's definitely lush.
It's lush. It's just hopeful. It's beautiful. SZA at the end, bravo.
Yeah.
Future, I could have did without him. It didn't matter. But just the chorus and SZA, I'm just like, and then Travis's verse writing.
I can see the future.
Yeah, just him saying like.
He said, "I can't wait to live in glory and eternal lasting life." That's the part of the chorus that always gets me.
I recline and I sit still. I like. Oh my gosh! I recline. I just sit in my chair, just look at the sky. That's why I just sit outside and just smell the air. You know what I'm saying?
It's a perfect song. It's a perfect song to start your day with or end it. It's a perfect song for any occasion, any vibe.
Like every time I fly on a plane now, I just play this song because it's just beautiful just to see it. It just makes me feel good inside. Like, and not even just like the scripture references, you know, Revelation, Jesus take the wheel, I recline and I sit still and be still and know that I'm God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just everything. I can't wait to live in glory and eternal lasting life. Like that's what I hope to have one day too, man. It's like it's like he's painting
his vision for glory, like an eternal lasting life. Exactly. It's like the production and everything is made to feel like he's living out his utopian dream.
Exactly. That's why it's like you said, like this whole album from Hyena onward until Telekinesis until further notice can get But everything was like this whole album in itself was like a journey, and this one was like the gates to Utopia.
Yeah,
Hyena was more
open.
The Hyena was more of the entrance to the city, while this is the gates opening to Utopia, the real Utopia, heaven. You know what I'm saying? Unless I don't know if that's what he actually meant, but
I feel like it is.
Yeah, same here. But it was just beautiful. There's nothing else more I can say about it. It's like you said, it's the perfect ending to this album. We didn't need till further notice. And nothing like that. Well, I mean, but I did like how it kind of ended. Like, now that you're here, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, but other than that, that's why I love this song. 100%. Great way to end the album off.
For sure.
Nothing more I can say. But I already know you're.
Go ahead and say it. Say it.
Fiend. Fiend. Like,
hey, it's funny because the thing about Fiend is that when I first heard it, I was like, okay, it's cool. It's all right. But just after a while, the more and more I listened to it, the more and more that hook stuck, which of course is easy because it's literally just in the same Fiend over and over again.
Right.
And what made that song for me was the fact that it was like, first of all, it's the first time we really heard Cardi, and who knows how long, Cardi being another one of my favorite artists. And just the way he comes on that song, you hear the ad-libs and everything, and you're thinking that you're hearing like maybe a typical Cardi performance, but then you hear that deep voice. This is the first time we ever heard Cardi's deep voice. And it was just a special moment because I remember when it first dropped, people were debating whether it was actually Cardi or if it was like somebody else on his label called Homicide Gang, if it was them. But come to find out, it's Playboy Cardi.
Okay.
Now to this day, I don't know how Cardi does that voice. I don't know if it comes from him smoking too many cigs or whatever the case may be, whatever he doing. But that song and just the way that it, introduced Cardi's new voice, his new aesthetic, his new era, which, I mean, he's yet to deliver on. He still ain't dropped no album, but I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Ain't about to happen no time
that's
soon
another video for another day. But and that song, for me, encapsulates, because I think you had mentioned previously, that song, when it comes to the rage aspect and the turning up aspect of Travis Scott, that song is in the upper echelon of like hype songs that he's ever released. It's up there to me for Antidote, like with Antidote, Sicko Mode. Because if you like have been on the internet and you've been paying attention to the tour, since we went, there have been videos going viral of him playing the song like 8 to 12, 15 times, and people getting more and more hype every single time. He had a show in LA on the first leg of the tour back, I think it was like November or so, where he played the song and then he like stopped it, and then he had Chase B rewind it, and you know how he extends the intro live.
Right.
And he was like, because like the video, or not the voiceover was saying, I think we need to select someone else. And then the whole like audience, like, you know, gasped because, you know, it's like, is Cardi gonna come out? And
sure enough,
when Trav brings Cardi out, the whole stadium just erupts. It goes insane. It's just like the energy that this song brings and just the amount of hype that it just produces is unlike anything I've seen throughout most of his career. I feel like it's already a Travis classic. It's definitely a classic for me. It was my number one played song last year. Easily. You want to guess how many times I listened to that song last year?
15,000?
100.
Wait, what?
I wouldn't be surprised though. You know, that's not an
Wait, are you saying 100 as in 100,000?
100 plays.
Oh.
I ain't listened to the song 100,000 times, Jay.
I mean, I
would you have been surprised?
No. That's why I said 15,000, because I thought I was, you know,
but yeah, no,
an understatement. Like I was just trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. So. No, this song, honestly, this is the song I think that I've ruined for the most amount of people, because I've had multiple friends of ours and elsewhere tell me that they tired of me talking about the song. Every single time that song come on anywhere, like you just look to me and you just see like the biggest grin on my face. Cause you remember when we went to the 21 and the Jig show,
yeah,
and they were like hyping up the crowd, and you heard Fiend drop, and I wish we could have gotten that on camera.
Nah, even before we even shot the video, when I pulled up, I blasted Fiend in the car because it's like like I said, we mentioned in the beginning of the video, we back, you know, so I figured we start off right. So all I know is I turn on Fiend and I crank it up to the highest volume. And I was just going crazy, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, car shaking and everything.
That's me every week on the way to work at 5-something in the morning. That's one of those songs that I have to listen to get me hyped. It's like a ritual at this point. And just that song right there, just like I said, I never get tired of hearing it. Same. Never get tired of hearing it.
I agree.
And I'll play that song multiple times a day and never get tired of that thing. Like I said, when I heard it at the 21 show, you saw my face. I was like, yeah, there you go. Is Trav coming out?
Yeah, nah. If only he would have showed up, yeah, that would have been lit.
Didn't they play Ski Yee too, matter of fact?
No, I don't think.
They played Sexy Red song. You sat down for that.
Of course I did. Of course I did. Like, why would I stand up for that? That's, like I said, man, I don't dislike Sexy Red as a person. Her music can go to hell. Her music can go burning into the fire. Is the anti-Utopia. I'll put it like
okay,
that.
there you go. Good.
I'll put it like that.
There you go. Okay, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's where her music can go. Just straight there and stomp it down a lot lower and burn. And then just anyway, back to Utopia though. But I 100% agree, because like I said, like you said, when we heard it, I was hyped too. I love that song too. That's why it's my number 3.
Yeah,
because it's just
a fire song.
It's like it doesn't need to be complex to be good.
No, not at all. It did the rage sound that Cardi's kind of sort of pioneered. It did it justice. It was the synths, everything. You know, it's just a perfect song to get you hyped in the gym. It's a perfect song to, you know, get hyped for the day. Like during work or whatever, if you can listen to music, you know, It kind of like motivates you. It's like motivation music for me. Because
the thing is, every time I hear it, I start smiling like the Grinch. Just kind of
like when I hear that beginning, you just see me out of. I'm like, I treat that like. When you just hear Travis's build up, just come outside for the night, take your time. That initial, like when you first hear it, when you first hear the chorus, man, what? And you hear Sheck West's, you hear his ad-libs.
Yeah.
In the background, which he had a verse on the song, but it ended up getting cut. Which, if you listen to the verse, it's fire.
No, it's a great verse.
It's a really good verse.
One thing I'll say about Sheck West, he's a pretty good artist too.
He is.
He's a good rapper too. I'll give him that.
Yeah, for sure. Might need to shine some light on him because boy, people forgot Sheck West even exists.
Right.
Even Travis himself. Because when was the last time we seen these two collab on anything? No, Fiend technically, but not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say on Fiend as well as Utopia. One of my favorite albums of the decade so far. If you know me, you know this album holds a very special place in my heart. You know, I don't foresee myself shelving this album anytime soon. I'll be listening to this album for the foreseeable future, like how I've been listening to Astroworld the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I got to say. Great album. Like I said, he did everything he needed to do, and it just cemented him as one of the I guess people on the Mount Rushmore of this generation.
Right, I 100% agree. This album for me, it was good. I thought it was still a great album as well. Probably didn't love it as much as you.
Oh, you did. I don't think there's anybody who loves Utopia as much as I do.
But it's like, I still did love it though. I still enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it as much as I did Michael, because we
don't even need to start that conversation.
Well, the Killer Mike album.
Yeah.
So, but nah, I just I just did. But yeah, I don't know if you should run that Grammy, but this is definitely a good, solid album
for sure.
It was a great contender. Which when Killer Mike won, I was surprised Utopia didn't win. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't necessarily surprised just because I know how the Grammys are with certain artists.
But I still love this album. I still give this album a solid 8 out of 10 for me.
Yes, sir. It's 9 for me.
Yeah, I understand. I know. I'm surprised you didn't give it a 10.
Nah, I can't give it a 10. Yeah. I think that there are a few misses here that kind of prevent it from being a masterpiece. Yeah, but I'll give it a 9 though.
Yeah, but
for personal enjoyment is a 10. Personal enjoyment for me is a 10. Yeah. Love this album. Every time I hear this album, I seem to love it more and more as it ages.
Right.
Just because now you got the memories attached to it and everything. It's just kind of like it's been battle tested, I guess you could say. And for me, it has stood the test of time so far.
Yeah. We'll see. How I'll give it a little bit more time, but
for sure.
Other than that, that's all I really got. So yeah.
Hey, that's all I got too.
Shoot, I've been Jay,
and this has been Rodney,
and we're LATD, y'all. Look at the details. Peace.